Well, we're heading down to the studio because the new Mustang is arriving.
Oh, cool. It's about time.
Yeah, you know, how can a person get by with only 2 Mustangs? One has to have at least 3.
Or 4.
Or 4, or 5,
more.
or whatever, because you can never have too many Mustangs or too many model trains, I always say.
No.
So we're heading down there to intercept and pick up the new red Mustang with the big wing on it. That should be a good deal of fun. Also, we're going to take a look at my brother's new, I can't say car, because it's actually a truck, a 1916 Maxwell 1-ton truck. And that's really cool. But it's so fun to buy a new car, a new toy car. I mean, it's good enough to buy a good transportation car.
Right.
But to buy a new toy car is so exciting, and it's so much fun, and transporting it to its new home and tucking it into bed for the first time. Yeah. It's all very fun. So that's what we're doing today. So this is my brother's new truck. It's a 1916 Maxwell. He's always loved these really early cars. He likes teenage cars, which is okay for men to like teenage cars. By teenage, I mean anything between 1911 and 1919. Now this is our new ride. It's a 2007 Mustang. It's a BDX Mustang. We already have BDX 9. And when BDX number 5 came available, it's like, wow, how can you pass up having 2 BDXs? I mean, there's only about 15 of these in the world, and now we have 2 of them. Karen and I have always loved muscle cars. She had a Camaro years ago. I grew up with a 67 Mustang. So you just kind of fall in love with these things. Now my brother has always preferred the really, really early iron, and this goes clear back to an early age. When we were, oh gee, I don't know, I think he was like 10. He showed up at home one day and announced that he wanted to buy a 1930 Chrysler that one of the neighbors had that they were selling for 15 bucks. So Mom gave him the 15 bucks and he comes home with a 1930 Chrysler. Now, of course, Mom had to drive the thing home because David's legs weren't long enough and his feet wouldn't reach the pedals. Surprisingly, the clutch wasn't a problem for him. It was just getting his feet down onto the pedals. But over the years, he drove that silly 30 Chrysler up and down the driveway and up and down the driveway to the neighbor's amazement. This fascination with the antiques did rub off on me as well, and before graduating from high school, I'd owned a 27 Model T and a 29 Buick and a 28 Dodge. But my real love affair was with my 67 Mustang GT 289. I loved that car, and I've been playing with Mustangs ever since. This is probably like the 30th or maybe even 40th antique car that my brother has owned. It's, of course, his current passion. Just try to stop him from talking about 1916 Maxwell trucks. I double dare you. And he's been all over eBay finding parts for this thing. It runs surprisingly well, all things considered. It was really tricky to get the thing to start in the first place, but once they got it kicked in, it ran pretty well. Now, of course, it was necessary to drive it around the neighborhood and show the thing off a bit, and mostly just get some considerable wheel and stick time with the thing because it's just a lot of fun. These are his 2 sons helping him drive the car and start the car and so on. Mark driving now, and Matthew is the guy in the passenger seat. Now these early cars can be quite a handful. You're never quite sure what you're going to run into. They sometimes have starter motors, although that's rare. They sometimes have generators. Sometimes the starter motor also functions as a generator. Quite often they have a magneto instead of a regular electrical system and a coil. And sometimes the shift patterns are all upside down and sideways. You just never know what you're going to run into. Well, there comes a time when you have to quit driving the thing and get it onto a trailer and take it home and put it to bed for the night. In this case, David's hauling it down to his house in Spring City in Sanpete County. That's where Karen's from. And he's got a house down there, and that's where he keeps his antique cars because, well, you can't really drive antique cars around the big city anymore. It just isn't practical. So you can haul them out into the country and drive them all over the place, and it's much safer and, frankly, much funner. So the truck made it home in one piece. Home in this particular case is this classic Civil War era house in Spring City. And the 1916 truck should be right at home in the garage.
Fun to watch David get all excited like that.
Isn't it? And it's also kind of, with the old cars, it's sort of weird because you never know if they're really going to start. You're cranking and lubing and priming and fire comes out. But that's part of the fun of it.
And here you give up the Granada.
And I give up the Granada, which blew up periodically all by itself, and that was never fun or interesting. That was just smoke, fire, and you go, ah, damn, here we go again. Piece of crap. Well, if you haven't been over to the channel, get over to the channel and subscribe. Little rocket ship right down here will take you to the channel, and from there you can subscribe. You can also go to toymantelevision.com, and it's a fun little website. And you can link back to the channel. You can't actually subscribe from there, but you can link to the channel and subscribe. Or the easy way, click on the blue button that's popping in right up here. Then you'll be subscribed. Well, we're not sure how you found this fun, goofy movie on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring. We will see you here again in 1 week with some more significant screwing around and maybe even another new car.
That's right.
You just never know. See you. Bye.